Did you know that local economies in the West benefit significantly from actually the narrative that African countries are corrupt? There's an old narrative in the West that says when an African man gets rich, he banks his money in Europe, he schools his kids in the UK and France, and he vacations and shops in the United States and Canada. Now, if this is true, uh, do you know this means that a significant portion of Africa's wealth does not get circulated on the continent? It in fact goes to propping up the West. Now, if it's a politician or a public official or some other rich person in a country on the continent actually doing this, it's a sure telltale that there is corruption. Now, a man can bank his money wherever he wants and send his kids wherever he wants and vacation wherever he wants. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's corruption. However, these little actions are generally a telltale that there is corruption going on. What this then allows Western governments and organizations to do is to declare XYZ country to be corrupt. What follows is this: banks and companies in the West are now able to significantly capitalize on profits dealing with these African countries. I'll give you an example. Let's say a country needs to borrow well needed funds to fund local services and activities in a country and needs to borrow money from the international banking market. What now happens is that that country will be lent money, well needed money, at a significantly higher interest rate, payback rate, than any other country outside of Africa. What that does is it ravages the GDP of that country. So that country will now not be able to build as many schools as it wants, as many hospitals or roads, or bridges, or provide the local services that it really needed by borrowing the loan. What also happens is that companies doing business in those countries or that country will now, let's say, companies building, contractors building roads and bridges or building, just building needed infrastructure, or maybe companies dealing with oil and land concessions in a country. What ends up happening is that those countries are now given a justification when asked by the media or by watchdog groups, given a justification to say, well, this is why we have to bribe local officials because we are operating in a corrupt market, and what else are we supposed to do? This narrative must change. Now, I can't begin to tell any country how to unravel corruption in their country, but it starts with knowing the devastating effect that corruption has on people, particularly the poorest among us. Change the narrative. Thanks for watching Bob Montego, and if you have not done so yet, please like, share, subscribe, tell someone about us, and click the notification bell. Change the narrative. Thanks for watching.